Open your mind.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with the Survival Buzz. Hope everybody's doing good out there this evening. So what is going on in New York? As most of you probably already know, New York City has voted in their first Democratic Socialist Muslim mayor. Just the sounds of it terrifies the shit out of me, honestly, and it should you too, especially if you're living in New York City. So what is a democratic socialist anyways? I honestly think they just keep coming up with these new terms to try to make it sound a little bit better. I mean, if you just came out and said you were a socialist, I'm sure you would have a lot of pushback on that sort of thing. But in my mind, they're the same thing. And there's a couple reasons, if not more, that they could be doing something like this. I mean, obviously, the main reason I think is to push socialism, basically. But with that, I honestly think maybe this is a stance to try to push people into some kind of civil unrest, try to get people all stirred up and pissed off. And, New York City, although I've never visited there, it seems like a place I would never want to visit anyways. Crime and things are already horrible there, and I can only imagine this is going to make it worse, as well as the civil unrest, like I talked about, that go along with it. Now, along with this new mayor has already proposed, which they already have, I guess, $60 million worth of funding for this, a city-funded grocery store. Now, this has been tried in other places. Venice, Illinois, actively has something like this going on that they're pouring millions of dollars into as well. But they've tried this before in other places. I think it was Kansas City, Missouri that's done this before, and it failed horribly because of lack of people that know how to run a grocery store, basically empty shelves, theft, that sort of thing. This is just one more push, people, to get us reliant on the government to help take care of us. And even though on the surface it sounds great, these stores are supposed to have cheaper prices because, they're not supposedly trying to make a profit on it. And like what's going on in Venice, Illinois is like food deserts and stuff like that. But there again, this is just another step towards socialism, communism, whatever you want to go with there, to get people relying on the government, especially to feed them. And even here in, the closest city, Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I live, the mayor here, they are now funding housing for homeless people. I believe if I remember right, along with giving housing to these people, it's a starter thing they're doing. I think now there's like a dozen or so houses they're doing, but they plan on doing hundreds of them. And I guess these people are supposed to have jobs. Now, whether these jobs are given to the people by the city or the state, or if they have to go out and get them, I'm not certain on. But this is a big push across America that I honestly feel like is going to continue growing. And we've seen several examples of this in the past with socialism and things, communist countries, how this does not work. There is going to be a lot of theft, and even though prices may be cheaper, I would assume these grocery stores are going to have trouble keeping up and keeping the shelves full for people. And the more this grows and the more reliant people become on this sort of thing, the more risk there is to people starving to death, basically. Sorry, first day talking. We don't need to rely on the government. And I have nothing against homeless people. I've even talked about that on here before. They have their place as far as I believe state or government funding to help them. But it's not a permanent solution. We should help these people get on their feet and then move on. Nobody, unless you're disabled or elderly, have some type of medical condition, should be sucking off the teat of the government, so to speak. But that's what they want, and that I can guarantee you this sort of thing is going to continue growing. I hope not, but like I said, this is just one more push to get us that much more reliant on the government. And with our food, you guys need to be stocking up and preparing for all of this. I've been talking about this for years. I just recently posted a video on how to store long-term rice, beans, that sort of thing, in Mylar bags and put it in buckets for a rainy day. These are things that we really need to get together. We really need to put these things back. We need to have the ability to have fresh water, filtration, that sort of thing. Because I honestly don't know what the future holds. And the more the government drains all this funding, now a lot of the states, mine included, are using emergency funds to help fund food banks and things like that to feed people standing in lines in their car, whatever it may be, for hours on end, waiting for their portion of their food to feed them and their families. This is a nightmare in disguise, people, and I hope everybody sees through all this BS. I'm sure there are a lot of left-leaning people that think this is a great thing, but history tells that socialism never works out. And it may seem great on the surface that they're helping us, but this is what has changed, especially in America. Not so much other countries. There are still countries out there that rely on each other, and it's not uncommon to have a multi-family household and have your grandma and your aunt and your grandchildren, everybody living in one house, taking care of each other. And that's honestly how it used to be here in America, and that's how it should be. We should not be relying on the government as little as humanly possible. 75, 100 years ago, people helped each other out. The Great Depression, people helped each other out. I've got eggs to give you. You might give me some canned goods or something down the way, or meat that you processed, or whatever it may be. We help each other out. We house people. We house our neighbors in our community, help them get on their feet, and treat them like family. And that's honestly the way it's supposed to be. That's the way God intended it to be. We're not supposed to rely on the government to give us all of our needs, whether that be housing or cell phones or internet or cable, food now. I mean, some of these people get all of this stuff, well, up to this point, till the government shut down. And now they're really seeing the repercussions of what they've relied on for so long. Now the government has just completely shut this off to these people. And I'm not here to advocate for it or not advocate for it either way. I'm just here saying that we've gone too long milking the government. And I would much rather go back, flash back, 75, 100 years ago, where it was like that and we took care of each other, and have less that I'm paying in taxes and the less ability to feed and house drug addicts and people that don't need the help. Like I said in the beginning of this, I have no problem with helping people that are disabled or elderly and that have medical conditions. That's not what I'm saying at all. So don't start coming at me in the comments on that. I truly believe in helping, mankind. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. We're supposed to help our neighbors and our brothers and sisters out there. But we're not supposed to advocate for people milking the government, living off this, permanently, and generational poverty, and passing this on to our kids, making it seem like a good thing that the government's buying us, meat and milk and everything else. And, I've seen some of these baskets of these people, and, these obese people buying, microwave pizzas and ho-hos and shit like that. If we really wanted to help people in that area, and like I said, not a permanent fix, they should be given bare minimum. They should be given milk and eggs and meat and bread and things like that so they can get by. We shouldn't fund, them getting a case of soda and different things like that. That's not the way it should be. And it should not be a permanent fixture here in America. We should help these people on their feet and move on with it. But this is what it has become. And more people every day are becoming more and more reliant on the government. And it's not only that they're relying on it, they expect it. They expect their government to help them. I would much rather have less taxes, not give 40, 50% of my income, sales tax, property taxes, gas taxes, food tax, every tax imaginable to man. I would much rather have less taxes and help my neighbor out with food and things. Or, donate to a food bank, or donate money to help house some of these people that actually need it. But that's not what they want, and that's not what this is about. And with this whole government shutdown, there are so many facets to this that people don't realize. This is honestly, in my mind, to help build, civil unrest. It's supposed to get people riled up and pissed off. People like you and me that actually pay taxes, that go to work every day and bust our ass so we can eat ramen noodles or whatever it is, while these people are just sitting on their ass. And there again, like I said, I'm all about helping people, but it's not a permanent thing. We have to fight against this shit. And, New York City is already a shithole anyways. But I can see this spreading throughout the USA, especially with the government shutdown and people are out there really hurting. Some people actually need it. And because of all these other people that have abused the system for so long, now that people that actually rely on this and need it and don't have the ability to work and have children or whatever it may be, these people are going to suffer. And you should help people out like that. You should. But I don't want to be taxed to death. If it weren't for all the multiple crazy taxes that I'm taxed on a daily basis, I would be a lot better off, and I'm sure everybody out there would be. But this is the world we're living in now. We got to fight against this, but that doesn't mean that, you should make your voice heard, but that doesn't mean that we need to go out there and riot or picket or anything like that. We shouldn't be getting mad at the people that have grown so accustomed to all of this, because I honestly think that's what the government wants, especially the federal government. Now, state level might be a little different, might be dependent on how blue or red your state may be. And this isn't a political video. I don't sway one way or the other. They're all this two wings of the same evil bird. This is biblical, people. And the more reliant we are on them, the more they have the ability to starve us to death. Or, here in Tulsa, Oklahoma alone, the homeless population has more than doubled in the last few years, if not tripled. I haven't looked at the numbers in a while, but I see the people every day doing security downtown. They're everywhere. And now, I made a video about this a while back. Now we have the governor here has highway patrol and now even city police and stuff pushing these homeless people down the road, and you're just kicking the can down the damn road. We're just pushing these people around with nowhere to go, with no solution to all this. And a big factor with all this is drug abuse and stuff. I'd say 90% of the homeless people I deal with are whacked out of their mind on God knows what, fentanyl and everything else. But they've become reliant on all this system too. I mean, a homeless person, in my mind, should not have a cell phone. And in the modern day we live in, all the applications and everything are done on phones, so that's their excuse. They need a phone to try to find a job. The majority of these people don't want jobs. The majority of these people don't want to be part of society. And there again, there are homeless people out there that really need help, but a big majority of them are drug addicts and people that have burned every bridge they have. I try to fathom sometimes how far you have had to push people away in your life, your family, your friends, whoever it may be, for not have anybody to help you, not have a couch to sleep on or somebody to feed you dinner or whatever. There's been times, not much in my life, but there have been times that I've had to lean on friends or family to give me a place to stay for a few days or a few weeks. This is not how it's supposed to be. We need to push back against the government on this, and we don't need to be going out and rioting and tearing shit up or anything like that, but we need to make our voices heard and let them know that this is not okay. And these city-funded grocery stores are a horrible idea, And historically, they have done no good for people. They wind up with empty shelves and people stealing and robbing. This is not the future that I want for my country. You guys, the time to put things back it's almost too late. But you still have time. And I know financially people are strapped. I am as well. But, you know, I'm a paycheck to paycheck guy, and somehow I've figured it out. Somehow I've found a way to put things back. And whether that means working 60, 70 hours a week or whatever I have to do, I do it. I know there are people out there that are not capable. And if you know those people, if there's somebody that you know, help these people out. I don't even sell eggs anymore. Majority of the time, I tell people if they want to donate some money to it, it goes to chicken feed or whatever. That's great. But I give eggs away to people. I help people. I work with people that I give things to and help people out, do things. And in return, they do the same thing. They give me things. They help me out when I need help. And that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be a community. We're supposed to help our brothers and sisters out. We're not supposed to rely on this evil government to do everything for us. And if you keep relying on this over and over and over, history proves millions of people will die. Millions of people will starve to death. So I'm asking you, whatever you got to do, if you're capable, if you're standing on two legs and can work, get out there, hustle, put food and water back, and protect yourself and your families before it's too late. That's all I got for you guys tonight. I don't normally ask this, but if you guys would share these videos out with somebody you love, if you've gotten anything from this, I would greatly appreciate it. Just looking at the logistics side of the last few videos I've put out, apparently YouTube doesn't like it when I talk about Jesus. Because the last 3 videos, I believe it is, it basically is not supporting any of my videos. And unless you're subscribed or you're sharing it with somebody that watches it, it's not suggesting any of my videos anymore at all. I'm talking 0. And never that like it was a big thing, it might be 10 or 20 people here and there that it's suggested to, but it is absolutely 0 now. So I ask you all, if you do get anything out of this, I'm not trying to make any money on this. I'm trying to spread the good word, the gospel, the truth, and help people prepare for all the horrible things that are to come. So prepare, people. Share this video out with somebody you love, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.